Okay, so in this question we have to factorize this polynomial expression completely using factor theorem. We have to use only factor theorem and nothing else, right? So basically the factor theorem states that x minus a will be a factor of some polynomial, let us say px, if p of a is what? Value of the polynomial at x equal to a. If p of a is equal to 0, right? So if you have to find such x minus a factor of this polynomial, the only thing you can do in the first step is to go with the hit and trial method, right? So you have this polynomial, your px. So if you look at this, first of all the terms are positive, right? So if you have to substitute something in this, let us call that a. If you have to substitute a in this and the value has to be 0, so that I can say that x minus a will become the factor, then first thing that should come to your mind is that a should be a negative quantity. If a is positive, then all the four terms are positive and the result will never be 0, right? What we are doing, we are just trying to reach a value which can give us 0, correct? So we will not take any positive values here. Okay, so if you think of some negative quantity, let us try a is equal to minus 1. That is very easy to substitute also and to calculate. So if you take a is equal to minus 1 and substitute here, the value of this polynomial will become minus 1 cube plus 6 into minus 1 square plus 11 into minus 1 plus 6, right? So this value is definitely coming out to be how much? 0, right? These two quantities will add up and form 12. The other two remaining quantities will add up and form minus 12. So the result is 0, which means that x equal to minus a is giving us remainder as 0, correct? Which means that x plus 1 should be a factor of this polynomial. So now if x plus 1 is the factor of this polynomial, the basic idea is to now go for long division method, right? Okay, so let us do that. Let us divide x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6 by the factor which we just found, x plus 1, right? So if you divide it with x plus 1, what will happen? First, let us take x square as the multiple. So if you multiply x square, you will get x cube plus x square. If you subtract these quantities, you will be left with 5x square plus 11x, right? Let us take 5x now, because on multiplication we will get 5x square. The target is to cancel out the largest power of x in each step, right? So if you multiply in 1, you will further get 5x, right? Just subtract these quantities. If you subtract these quantities, 5x square will get cancelled and you will be left with 6x and also 6 from above. So now if you multiply 6, this will completely cancel out and give you remainder equal to 0, right? Now this means that if remainder is equal to 0, then this complete polynomial can be written as x plus 1 divisor into quotient, x square plus 5x plus 6, right? So we have completed the first step in which we have written this cubic expression as two factors. One is linear factor and another is quadratic factor, right? Now we further have to factorize the quadratic factor. So doing that can be easy if you use the splitting the middle term, but the question is we have to completely factorize this using factor theorem only, right? So again, if you apply factor theorem in just x square plus 5x plus 6, then again you will have to go for hit and trial method, right? Here again, if you use x equal to, let us say, minus 2, if you use x equal to minus 2, then your value will become minus 2 whole square, which is 4, plus 5 into minus 2, which is minus 10, plus 6. This is again becoming 0. It means that x plus 2 is the factor. So if x plus 2 is the factor, again what you can do, you can divide your quadratic expression x square plus 5x plus 6 by x plus 2. So you can take x as the first multiple. It will become x square plus 2x, right? If you further subtract these quantities, you will get 3x plus 6. So next step, you can take 3 as the multiple. If you take 3 as the multiple, you will get 3x plus 6, and everything will get cancelled out, right? And now your polynomial x square plus 5x plus 6 can be written as x plus 2 divisor into quotient x plus 3, correct? So we have further factorized this quantity x square plus 5x plus 6. So overall, this cubic expression now can be written as, let me use this space itself, this can be written as x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. So this is how we can actually factorize completely using factor theorem.